China's research to using mosquitoes in a bioweapon delivery platform. I don't put anything past the evil CCP. I can see them using mosquitoes as a bioweapon delivery system. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store where I have I Will Not Comply t-shirts. So check that out as well. And I hope y'all like my new AI that I'm using sometime to post videos. Let me know what you think about that. All right, let's talk about this news. China has a history of recklessness in its use of genetic engineering and the handling of dangerous microorganisms. In a Planet of the Apes life imitating art scenario, in 2019, Chinese scientists inserted human brain development genes into monkeys. Leaks out of Chinese laboratories occurred in two separate incidents in April 20, 2004, involving researchers infected with the deadly coronavirus SARS-CoV-1, um, responsible for the 2002-2004 COVID pandemic, which also began in China. People don't talk too much about that one that happened back then. Then, of course, China created the COVID-19 virus, which leaked from the laboratory or possibly was deliberately released, causing a global pandemic and millions of deaths. But those examples represent only the tip of the iceberg. Um, Everyone needs to understand that in China, there is no difference between military and civilian research, the fusion of which was mandated in 2016 by the Chinese Communist Party as part of its 13 5-year plan. Um, when everything has dual use potential, no research can be automatically considered benign. In a recent Gateway Pundit article, Colleen Linebarger wrote about a South China Morning Post report that Chinese scientists conducted experiments using mosquitoes to deliver vaccines. A Chinese scientific team led by Professor Arwa Zing created a new hybrid virus by combining the recently discovered flavor virus called Chaoyang virus, which allegedly only replicates in insects, with the human infecting Zika virus, also a member of the flavor virus family. Flavor viruses are RNA viruses like COVID 19, but are far more dangerous, attacking the central nervous system. They include yellow fever, Japanese encephalitis, West Nile, dengue fever, and Zika virus, which is also known for infecting pregnant women and causing severe brain damage to their babies. In Professor Ayuwang Zing's experiments, mosquitoes infected with the genetically engineered Chaoyang Zika virus will bite animals, producing an immune response, which would then protect the animals from Zika virus infection via anti-Zika antibodies. If you think that sounds benevolent, think again. The South China Morning Post article did not mention that Professor Ira Zing is a close collaborator with Chinese People's Liberation Army (PLA). In particular, Ching Fing Quinn of the Academy of Military Medical Sciences in Beijing. The South China Morning Post may have also deliberately misspelled Professor Iowa Zing's name to throw investigators off the scent. It is important to note that Professor Ayuwang Zing was trained at the Albert Einstein School of Medicine in New York, where he studied the envelope or E protein of another flavivirus, the lethal dengue fever virus. While studying the dengue fever E protein in the United States, Professor Iowa Zing was the beneficiary of U.S. taxpayer research support from Anthony Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. the PLA has placed a special emphasis on flaviviruses like Zika and its envelope of E protein, which, quote, contains many single amino acids that affect viral, neural virulence, and neural invasiveness. Um, in that regard, General Rufu Yang, together with three of his senior PLA colleagues, Zika Zhu and Zhong Tia Qi and Fu Quan Hu, wrote that the new era required a military microbiology strategy that, quote, should strive to cultivate and bring up a team of scientific and technical talents with strong innovation ability regarding, quote, pathogenic substances, pathogenic microorganisms, including the construction and management of high level biosafety laboratories for research related to biowarfare. Although flaviviruses are usually only transmitted by mosquito or other insect bites and are diseases not common in the United States, the PLA may be in the process of changing that situation. The PLA has long had an extensive flavivirus military civilian research program which uses genetic engineering to create new combination viruses such as a combined Japanese encephalitis Zika virus, and conducts gain of function experiments using genetic engineering, making native Zika viruses more infectious. And we know what could happen with that. PLA scientists have already begun studies of possible human-to-human transmission of Zika virus via intranasal inoculation of non-human primates and the transmission between animals in close proximity. And I went over the studies and the scientists that say that gain of function research have no practical application because these viruses will never really come to fruition unless we create these through gain of function. Alarmingly, the PLA has also shown a keen interest in and has conducted numerous studies on an American strain of Zika virus. Given China's fused military civilian research program, mosquitoes capable of carrying vaccines could just as easily carry bioweapons, which I think is just crazy. We need to keep our eye out on this. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out democrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.